I used to have a friend who all the time made fun of me because I had an example. Like, fuck, I feel cringe, but my friend basically was all the time making me feel worthless because I kinda had someone that represented my ideal self, and he approximates me as if I was worshipping him, but rather I was just inspired by him and I wanted to become such a great thing and not exactly specifically him. So this friend, like, he was close to me, but at the same time was not only disrespecting me, but at the same time making me feel shame, not shame, but making me question myself, like, am I weird or am I inferior, because I had an ideal self that I was all the time aiming for to become like. He was saying that, bro, you worship him. Oh, you talking about that black nigger? Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Like, cause this guy is a black guy, and he's Dutch's gym, and I was meeting him in the gym back then in 2023, 2022, and the weird thing is he was the only person who stood there. He was the only person who stood for me, not stood for me, but the only person that I it's like I felt he had aura somewhat. It's like he represented for me personally the older brother core, the 90s shit. And he had a incredible physique as well, black genetics. And it's like at first I wanted to be literally like him. Like, I wish that if I was a little bit more darker so I can be like him. Like, so fucking crazy, not gonna lie. But I didn't let someone know that, and I don't anymore, because now I had a goal, I have purpose, and it is the thing that he showed me and how to know what is my purpose, ikigai, that concepts. But this guy, like my friend, he was all the time making fun of me, like not personally, but also publicly, and it really affected me somewhat, like questioning myself, like, am I weird? But it turns out that the reason why I lose my friend is because he's a fucking crab. Crabs, when they are in a bucket and a crab of them wants to explore, outside of the bucket, and his friends like pull him back. He was the same thing, not directly but indirectly, like making me feel bad if I'm doing something differently. And it was just a fucking Jeffrey. He was a fucking wolf. He was a fucking sheep that he was in the clothes of a wolf. He was like acting all masculine and religious and shit. But like those people who are just like reciting Quran without understanding it. He was one of them. And it hurts. It's like, for me, it's like when you realize that your parents aren't intellectual or knowledgeable where actually you thought they were. And it's just like this. It is the same type of hit that I got hit by when I realized that this friend is not gonna be like me. I tried many times to kind of save him, and like, it's not that he ignored, but he rejected alongside with humiliating me, like making fun, like making me feel as if I'm wasting time and shit. And you know, it literally felt like I saw. It's like we were in the ocean and we were searching for an island. And I told him that there is an island away from us with 10 kilometers. And I trying to convince him, like, I'm going, like I'm going in a moderated speed, and I'm trying to, with each meter, trying to change his mind. Like, bro, come on, it's gonna be so fucking beautiful. We're gonna find the island, but he's going like, nah, bro, like, nah, you're just wasting time. You weird. Like, you weird. You know what I mean? But really, the only reason why I was saying that, like, sure, I cannot lie, because I'm afraid of being lonely in the top. But at the same time, I wanted to experience that feeling for both of us to do it. Both of us, like I don't know if that makes sense, but I didn't want until I reached the fucking island and I'm gonna wave to him and like, hey bro, come, I found the island. Like I want me and him explore together. But he's just a fucking more of a comfortable bitch to do so. Like he's just a more of a bitch to sort of like say that he actually has problems. He's a fucking more of a bitch to acknowledge his weaknesses and try to solve them. He's a more of a bitch to not publicly, but at least between him and himself, his ego, to say that I actually have a problem because I'm watching pornography. Like, like, whereas me, I just choose the worst thing about me, and I'm trying to change it. Not change it by they shriek Nancy, but actually understand the roots. And he's making fun of me because I'm trying to find the roots by saying that I'm wasting time. Or rather, he's making fun of me because I'm making him feel uncomfortable because I'm doing something that he knows damn well deep down himself that he actually needs to do. You know, he all the time gonna talk about praying. He all the time gonna talk about the prophet. He all the time gonna talk about fucking how religious he is as a man. But he will never try to be a better version to meet up with his creator. He's not gonna do enough effort for the sake of becoming a better Muslim. You know, he knows that he's doing bad things. He knows that he's watching pornography. He knows he's doing many things. It's like the fucking Muslim guy in the West who says like I'm like who can do anything, like fucking fuck film boys, being gay for with his friends, like all that shit, and drinking and shit. But when you're gonna tell him like eat pork, he must say like nah bro, I'm Muslim. He's literally the same type of person, and he's actually like he's a fucking like he's fucking serious strict type of person, but in fact he's just not, bro. Like many times he told me that it was fucking it was what he was fucking taking a shower 5 times a day because he's just fucking ejaculating many times during the day, And I literally remember a day when I was talking to him and we were talking like, like the earlier process of, like letting him know that I'm actually trying to quit porn, And we were like sort of debating, like he's just so fucking arrogant, the type of guy of who like the type of guy who fucking gonna argue and debate with you without having resources, but just debating with you for the sake of debating and not actually to prove something. He's just debating for the sake of experiencing that feeling of winning, the experience of feeling of being in the positive rather than the negative. But he doesn't. He's just like he's not. Basically, he's just trying to act, but he's not. I'm not talking about the sort of self-image thing, but I'm talking about actually he doesn't have enough resources. He doesn't have none comparing to me. He's like the fucking type of. He's like. It is just like. He's a fucking student who's so fucking arrogant who just got into kickboxing 2 days ago and he says to the fucking master, oh no, like this way is not good. This is good, like sure, bro. Like you're not. At least you need to pass 1 month or at least win more competition. So for the sake of arguing with masters and actually finding your way, but bro, you're even not trying to quit porn. So why are you going to tell me what's right and what's wrong? You know what I mean? And it turned out that he wasn't actually debating with me because he knew something. He was just debating with me in an indirectly way to say, bro, please don't try to quit porn, because if you quit porn, you make me feel insecure. You're gonna make me feel so fucking emasculine, and you're gonna be more masculine than me. Like literally, bro. Like it makes me, like I'm not saying this because like to say like yeah, bro, I have big dick, bigger than him, but it really still hurts me. Not gonna lie. Like not only that he sort of rejects the path that I said to go with me to, but also, like he literally is the only friend that I got. Not gonna lie, like I don't got, like I'm not the type of person, like I was popular, back in the days when I was 16, right? Now I'm 7, like I'm turning 18 in August. And actually, oh, fucking hell, man. Like, and actually, like, I just so fucking deep down with my goals, bro. Like, I'm not relatable to no one, bro. No one have the same, no one's like me, man. But, and, you know, it really still hurts me, it really still hurts me the fact that you don't talk anymore, you know. But at the same time, I'm grateful for it, because pulling someone off is way easier than lifting someone up. So if I, like, although it is a bad thing to say, not a bad thing, but it is it is, you're less likely to reach your goals when you say it publicly before reaching it. But I'm really grateful because I did that move, because first of all, I didn't know why people say you don't need to do it. Although I hear people say like because of this, but it doesn't make sense, and I need to experience why it feels like I want to know why. I know that it is wrong to do this, but it's like the situation of someone who all his friends tell him like don't get into relationships, and it's like why? Because it's haram, sure, but I want to experience that feeling of loving someone, and or rather, he wants to experience the feeling of heartbreak, and he will go through it, and he will never go through it again. Like sometimes sins are liberating for the sake of doing good deeds or type shit. I don't know. I'm not fucking. Don't take advice for me, please. um, because if I didn't tell them that I want to reach these goals, we'll be in a good relationship, and we're gonna be in a good relationship. That means that you are the five most people that you spend time with, and he is one of them. So when there is a fucking conflict with the positive and the negative usually or always wins, right? And that's what I meant by saying pulling someone off is easier than lifting someone up. And although I'm feeling lonely, I'm feeling grief, and it reminds me about many other early trauma, like losing people, avoidance, and neglect. But I will find a way out. I'm it's not I'm not it's not I'm hoping to find a way out. I'm actually like going to I'm saying I'm doing it again, bro. I didn't learn from my mistake. I'm saying my goals, but basically I'm gonna receive books that actually discusses this thing, because this thing is linked to pornography, because pornography is a coping mechanism with negative emotions. So grief, they're not negative emotions, but they are just messengers, and you need to know how to decode their messages for the sake of using them and utilizing them for the sake of your goals. That's what's actually the skill that I will learn for the sake of the main goal, of the macro goal, which is quitting pornography. Um, Sometimes the ending of something, and although that you cannot let go of it. Like it's like you're driving a Ferrari, and you know that the ride way that you're going through is so fucking. At the end of it, there is a fucking hole that you're gonna fall on if you continue riding it. But because you love the Ferrari so much, you cannot let go of it. Although it means that it will end your life. This is literally what I felt with not only with him, but with also three other friends that I genuinely loved. And I knew that things are weird, or rather, like things are getting, something is off. That feeling when something is off, which is caused by saying publicly that I wanna be an expert on pornography, and I wanna help people quit pornography as well by helping myself. Some laughed at me, some encouraged me at first, and some silently just tried to dig a hole for me. that I thought that they were friends. Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about, to be honest. I was talking about my friend. Yeah, I lose them and I lose three other friends, and it still feels lonely. Like I cannot say that I don't feel lonely and I'm whole just by myself, because we are humans. We are a species that usually work, like co-works and not individually work. We usually feel safe when we are around people. We are usually feel connected when we are with people, you know, not like when you try to, I don't know, don't take advice from me, but I think healing trauma and doing the parts work IFS and trying to sort of heal your inner child, it's like supplements for building muscles. But when you are co-working, for example, when you're sleeping in the living room with your whole family or with someone, it's like complete, like the 80%, the 20% that gets 80% of the results, which are like chicken, like the 20%, like protein, like natural bio, fuck, natural resources of protein, right? So basically, the point that I want to make here is when you eat normal food, you get muscle better than eating supplements and fucking pills and shit. That's what I want to say. But we are living in a system that goes against our natural things, you know what I mean? And we gotta sacrifice ourselves for the sake of future generation, or whatever. Like, if there is no next generation, because we are the last generation that's gonna see the end of the world, the day of the judgment, then at least if we're gonna do this, we're gonna receive good deeds, like after date of judgments, etc. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win. I'm crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I mean by saying that I feel different. Not in a bad way, but actually that's what I asked God from I were young, from the day that I received consciousness that I really existed, and ask myself like, okay, you realize that you exist. What you wanna do? The first word that came out of me is, I want to understand everything. I just want to understand, basically, I just want to understand things, where I came from, why I'm here. Basically, purpose. That's what I just wanted to know purpose. And this desire of wanting something, which is knowledge and purpose, was working as a North Star for me to know whether I'm going in the right way or the wrong way. I didn't know exactly what I need to do or what to accept, but I only had a North Star, always here. If I go here, I realize that I'm missing it. I need to go here. Or if here, I go here. And that's why I different from people my age, or rather different from people in my region. Like, alongside with like early child experiences, for me I was only child and fatherless, and that actually made it easier for me to be sort of obsessed with Hamza Ahmed and self-improvement, because I needed a masculine figure, which Hamza Ahmed has fulfilled me with. I don't wanna I don't want to say that this friend that we got separated didn't play that huge role for my masculinity. I knew this guy Like this is the second time I meet him. So basically, this guy, his name is Amin, and I met him first time when I was 5 years old in kindergarten. And from that time since, we didn't meet ever until 22 and 3 when I was 15 and he was 14 and his little bro was 13. He didn't play a huge role, but it was sort of a, a supplement. From that, the second time that we met at the gym. And although gym is a masculine place, but also he came from a masculine place as well. He doesn't have like, the only female in his family is his mother. He got a strong masculine figure father, and big brother, like he's the middle child, like he got a big bro and a little bro. And it's like he gave me a small capacity, it's like he gave me some money so I can compound them and like flip flop them until I make big amount of money, which is masculine energy, and by the guidance of God, Hamza Ahmed. Like why I say God is not just because to say like I'm a fucking religious person, but I'm saying God. All right, I think I gotta go now. But basically, what I meant by saying God is God. He gave me this fucking life situation for the sake of being able to resonate with those people. So basically, I'm gonna go now. Bye.